Today we're working on a track. What I'm doing, it's an original track for Balter Records in Leeds. My good friend James Orvis owns a label. It's for my Melatron alias. And what we're doing today is getting the lead synth to fit into the mix. Right now it's not quite fitting in, it's too dry, it's too transient. So I'll just let this track kick in for you so you can hear what's going on. There we go, you could probably notice it straight away. For me, this sound is not quite sitting into the mix. It's too sort of transient, it's poking out. Each note when it hits is poking out too much. You could try sort that out with maybe compression, EQ, stuff like that, but for me, I like to dirty things up. It's all about discernment. If you want to use saturation in your mixes, if you want really clean mixes, use a little bit of saturation. If you're like me, use a lot. But yeah, this is how I use it. So let's just listen to it again, dry. And I'll be showing you a little bit around the Softube saturator today. That's what we're going to be using. So let's just listen to it now with a little bit of saturation. So that brings it out, but it's still got the transient. What I want to do is try to use extreme saturation to create sort of like a blanket effect over the sound itself. The synth is a repro one. I've got a little bit of delay, a little bit of reverb on it, and just like psychedelic rock guitarists in their effects change, sometimes what they'll do is put the distortion or the overdrive pedal after the reverb, and that's what is going to help us get this sound today, the sort of blanketing sound as well as the saturation, but combined together. So that's the extreme version of what I'm wanting to create. Obviously we're going to pull back on that because we want the best of both worlds with this. We want a little bit of the transients, a little bit of the blanketing effect. So for me, that is a sweet spot. Let's try another area of the track where it might stand out a little bit more. For me, that's sitting in the mix right now because of the actual range of the synth sound itself in the notation. I've gone for a more natural saturation on the bias. What a bias is, it'll saturate the low end more than the top, or you can go for the opposite, which is keep the highs, which is saturate the highs more. For this, because of the range of the actual synth itself, I'm going to keep it unnatural. So there you go, in a nutshell, saturation can help you in the mix. I know it sounds a bit backwards, but sometimes dirtying things out and filling the sound out helps it sit in the mix. If you like what we're doing, please go to our Patreon page, which is above here. Donate. There are rewards. You can have a 30-minute consultation with myself over the internet. You can be the first to hear and own my Melatron Saint Cole tracks, or you can get a shout out. So if you like what I'm doing, get over to his Patreon page, make a donation. There are rewards. It's not a one-way process. and thanks for tuning in. Hope you've learnt something today.